Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to another Chamber Check-In episode from Idaho's only five-star accredited chamber. Today, we're broadcasting live from the Chamber's YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X channels, and announcing our new partnership with streaming through Spotify. We're really excited about that opportunity. You can find all of our most recent episodes on Spotify today. And now, for today's episode, we get to share Idaho's premier performing arts center with you all, the Morrison Center. And we have Alana Lynn with us today. Hi, Alana.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I am really excited to help share the Morrison Center's story and what's going on and its 40th anniversary with you today.
I know it is so exciting. And, we're approaching the actual 40th date of with April 7th. That's when the doors to the Morrison Center first opened, 1984.
Wow. My wife and I are season pass holders for the Broadway and Boise shows. And what I always really enjoy is the atmosphere, a little bit of culture, the performing arts, and the venue. It's just amazing.
It really is. It's and thank you for saying that, because it's an iconic place. That it's Idaho when you walk in. I mean, you should know it's Idaho too, because did you know, this is a fun fact I always like to bust out at dinner parties and stuff, or at happy hour, that above, when you're looking down on the Morrison Center, it's in the shape of Idaho.
Oh,
I know. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to check that out next time. Well, with 40 years of the Morrison Center, there has been a lot of volunteers, and there have been a lot of different directors of the Morrison Center and donors. And so before we get to them and talking more about the 40th anniversary, I want to share a little bit about you, Alana. How long have you been with the Morrison Center? What is your role? And what got you involved in theater and performing arts?
So I actually started in 2021, right before we reopened. We actually opened on September 11th of 2021, after we shut down after the pandemic. So we were shut down for 18 months over the course of the pandemic. And then I do marketing. So I'm the marketing director over at the Morrison Center. And really, it's I love Boise. I love Boise State University. I went to school at Boise State University, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. And then when this opportunity came up to go to the Morrison Center and work in marketing, I'm in radio television background, and it just made sense with live events. I wanted to be part of it. I love seeing people's faces when they walk into an event for the very first time, when they walk into the Morrison Center, and they take that big collective gasp as they see how big and grand it is. And then, with the performing arts, it's been really interesting because, like I said, I have a radio background. I've been, working in country music for 24 years. And one of the things that's really interesting about Broadway and about the performing arts, you don't hide behind anything. Mm. It's sheer talent. And that's been the biggest aha moment, if you will, for me, because I love watching live theater. And up until I started working at the Morrison Center, I saw a half a Broadway production. I didn't even make it through all of it. And now, I have so many under my belt, because you can appreciate the live performance aspect of it and just the talent that comes with it. So I'm super lucky to be a part of the Morrison Center team. And, our executive director, Laura Kendall, she started back in 2019. So she unfortunately started right before the pandemic hit, and then navigate her way. But she is just absolutely brilliant. She has a theater background in the performing arts, and she is so dedicated to education and to really exposing all Idahoans to the performing arts in whatever way possible.
I love it, Alana. Thanks for a little bit of that background. I had no idea you were in country western and in the radio industry. I can tell. I want to go see Willie Nelson with you now.
Yes, please.
That'll be so much fun. Anyway, we were talking before we went live, and you had mentioned we were talking about the different performances that center hosts, and one of them, or over 270 events annually. So it's not just Broadway in Boise. There's concerts. I went to the Steve Inskeep thing this year. There's um, uh, Catcher in the Rye coming up. There is so many different theater performances. So just, I want you to explain that it's just more than Broadway in Boise.
It really is, and the Morrison Center is more than just a building in Idaho, too. And so that's kind of, something that we're really proud of. So it is more than what, like you said, more than just Broadway. It is, yes, it's the symphony, it's the Boise Phil, it's Ballet Idaho, it's Opera Idaho. Ken, thank you. Yes, it's that Harry Potter experience. That was so amazing. And that was a perfect example of how our arts organizations, our local arts organizations can come together, because the Boise Phil did the score for that. They were playing it as Harry Potter was playing in the background. So there's a lot of collaboration going on, but we have comedians. Last night we had Amy Grant. This weekend we have Shen Yun. We have a One Night of Queen coming up next week, which is a Queen cover band, which is going to be awesome. And then of course, Mean Girls. We have comedians. We've had, we had Fortune Feimster last year. We had Mark Normand. We're going to have Joe Gatto coming up this month from Impractical Jokers. So really, it's a wide range of performances and things that you can catch.
I love it, and I tell you what, being downtown, right on the river, there's just something special about that location, and you can do a whole date night. Get something to eat downtown. You can walk over to the Morrison Center or eat at the Morrison Center and drink. Now that's new.
Yeah, you can. I mean, listen, we still got like some bags of pretzels and stuff. So if that fills you up, that's good. But yeah, you can grab wine, beer, ciders, and yes, it is nice to be able to take a drink into the theater. I know that when we first came back, it was so funny. I'll never forget. Michael Deeds from The Statesman came to Hamilton, and he goes, "It was really nice to enjoy an IPA during the 3.5-hour show." And I'm like, yes.
That's awesome. Well, and the Brookies, right? You got to bring back the Brookies. I don't know what happened there, but we got to bring back the Brookies.
Oh, we do. We have some really good dessert options now too. So if you have a sweet tooth, it's actually, you don't need, dinner and then dessert. You can just have dessert there.
Okay. Well, hey, 40 years is a milestone for any outfit, especially performing arts center. And as Idaho's premier performing arts center, tell us how you're celebrating and how the community can get involved.
So thank you. Yeah, we are celebrating in a big way. June 1st, we are having our Bravo Broadway Ball. Now that's actually going to be on the stage at the Morrison Center. And we are so excited. We are bringing in Broadway and TV star Cheyenne Jackson. I can officially announce that now. And Cheyenne, he's going to be performing. He was in Descendants 3. He was also in Glee. On Broadway, he did Into the Woods. And I mean, I'm just scratching the surface on his resume, but just absolutely brilliant. And so he's going to be performing. We have Horsewood Catering, which is absolutely delicious. They're going to be doing the meal, and then we're going to have a silent auction with some really fun, unique experiences that you could bid on.
Okay, so this is the Bravo Broadway Ball, June 1st, and it's held at the Morrison Center.
Yep. On
stage. All right. And there's all these different donors benefits that I see for the 40th anniversary season. Maybe for those that are watching, I mean, a regular guy can give. Tell us about those different levels as well.
Totally. So we like to start like donors that say $250, and that you become a Morrison Center member at that point, And so there's some fun perks to that, because you can get in on some really awesome benefits. Like right now we're doing upgrades, because we recently announced that our Broadway series is going from 5 performances to 8 performances. And so we're making sure that people have the time, like especially current season ticket holders, that you have time to find those seats in the Morrison Center that you really want. Maybe you were on a Friday night and you just didn't quite have the seats that you wanted, well, now is that opportunity to upgrade those seats and get into better ones. Or maybe like a Tuesday night might work better for you, or Wednesday night. So we're giving you that opportunity. And as a donor, when you come in at 250 and above, you get first pick of any of those seats before anybody else even looks at them. So some of those perks, and then obviously when we haven't gone on sale yet with our season tickets for the for the single tickets for the Bravo Broadway Ball. But once we do, those are going to be $300. We're going to put those on sale March 15th. And that night is just going to be, we're planning it. It's going to just be so fun. I'm looking so forward to it. It's a time that the community can really come together in the space that we've been gathering in for 40 years and just celebrate and have fun.
I think I just heard you say you're going from 5 to 8 performances.
Yeah. And so for Broadway, and this is a big deal because like we originally started out, like when Broadway first was coming to town, it was maybe 1 or 2 nights and it was in the middle of the week. And now we've moved. So we have like Friday, Saturday, Sunday performances. Now you're going to be able to see Broadway Tuesday through Sunday.
Any hints as to what those additional shows might be yet?
I see what you're trying to do. I know 2. Okay. We know all of them. We're going to be revealing all of them at our season reveal party coming up on March 25th at the Morrison Center, which, by the way, is free to get in. So we're going to be sending more info out on that. So make sure if you are subscribed at morrisoncenter.com to our newsletters, we'll get you all that info. But I can tell you that Hamilton is coming back.
Woo!
Hamilton was a huge fan favorite in 2021. And we're also having Wicked come back. So these are 2 big, huge shows.
That Descendants program is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And then Mean Girls, I think, is in a couple weekends. I've seen Mean Girls at the theater, and then I saw Mean Girls at Boise High because they're doing it right now.
Oh yes,
see it again. That is such a great show. They did such a great job with that.
It is. It's going to be a fun one. And then in June we have To Kill a Mockingbird with Richard Thomas. He's going to be starring as Atticus Finch. Richard Thomas from the Waltons, John Boy, and just a brilliant actor. So and then we have Frozen wrapping up this current season that we're on, and that wraps up in August.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I meant. To Kill a Mockingbird, not Catcher in the Rye. That was my mix-up there. Yeah. That's going to be awesome. That's a live theater performance with an original actor. I think that's going to be amazing. Let me check my notes here. So how do we become season pass holders to the Morrison Center, Broadway in Boise?
So we are going to be opening up season tickets here at the end of March, as soon as we announce the full season. And this is when you become a season ticket holder, it really is the best way to secure and guarantee your seats for the next season, which I've had kind of a look at the future seasons, and I will tell you, they keep getting bigger and better because Boise has been so supportive of Broadway, of touring Broadway. They want to come here. It's a great place to come. Like, this community is incredibly welcoming. And it's a cool, fun place. So the touring is really starting to pick up, especially for us here in Boise. So once you become a season ticket holder, and after we tell you the whole season lineup on March 25th, we'll open it up. People can sign in, just go to morrisoncenter.com, become season ticket holders, and that guarantees you season tickets for all future years until you say, all right, I'm done.
Well, and another thing I like about that is you get first dibs at picking your seats and adjusting them. I know that we've experienced that. And then we get the automatic invitations to the reveal party, which is really cool to be a part of. And your name gets in the program. It's kind of cool. Anyway, hey, is there anything else while we have you today that you'd like to educate the listeners on?
You know what? One of the things, and I had kind of touched on it before, that we're more than just a building that sits alongside the Greenbelt. I mean, we are that. And that's one of the things I love about Laura, our executive director, because she really believes so strongly in education. And it has become kind of our mission as a group and as a team, because there's no show that we love putting on more than the Patty Duke Awards. and that's our Idaho High School Theater Awards program, named after Patty Duke, and real strong advocate for mental health. And she lived in Idaho for a while, so it just was fitting to name our awards program after Patty Duke. And she and that program, it's coming up in May. And if you have an opportunity to check this out, I mean, you said, you saw Mean Girls at Boise High. The level of talent that is in our community will give you goosebumps. This is not like a high school production. Like, these kids, this isn't how kids were when I was in school.
Right.
Like, we were not talented at all, but thought we were. But these kids,
right.
They have something special. And so what's great about the Patty Duke Awards that we have coming up on May 24th is that there's high schools from all around the state actually that will compete. And 2 lucky students will get chosen to go to the National Jimmy Awards program and compete on the stage of the Lion King, the Minskoff Theater, and get to compete for scholarship money.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I knew that, but I'm so glad that you brought that up again and helped me share that education is top priority for the Morrison Center. Alana, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your investment in this community, bringing the premier performing arts culture to right downtown Boise. We really appreciate the partnership.
Thank you. It's a great community to live, and if each of us does our part, it only makes us stronger and better as we keep going.
Well, thank you for the continual upgrades as well in the Morrison Center. Don't think I have not noticed that new carpet, and it just keeps getting better and better. So if you have an opportunity to invest, become a season ticket holder, I think it's worth your while. Have a great weekend, Alana. Thanks to all the listeners today.
Thank you so much. Take care.